Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Nidhi Shastri and today I complete 1 year of my residency as an MD Community Medicine resident. So 1 year back I made a video about 5 reasons why I chose MD in Community Medicine. And not only is it one of my highest viewed videos till date, it's also one of those videos on which I have got so many comments, so many questions, and people still DM me on Instagram as well asking me doubts about community medicine as a branch. And one of the most common questions that I actually get is, do I still feel the same about the branch or do I regret making that decision? So keep watching this video and I will discuss if the 5 reasons that I actually chose community medicine for, do I still feel the same about those reasons, or was there any regret that I have, or was something exceeding my expectations? So I'm going to first discuss about those 5 reasons, and then I'm also going to answer some very frequently asked questions. So let's go on to the reasons. So the first reason that I had stated was wanting to get into a government college, and this was actually one of the branches that I was getting in a government college instead of a private or deemed. So do I regret that? Absolutely not. It's been one of the most proudest moments of my life, and even for my parents to say that their daughter is pursuing her MD in a government college. And even for me, I just feel so proud of myself. Since I had done my MBBS in a private college, I always did want a government college seat, and this just fulfilled the dream. And how? Trust me, the atmosphere, the working style, everything in a government institute is so different, and the exposure, I am not even kidding, the word exposure is totally not overrated in government colleges. So yeah, I feel very blessed to be a part of the institution and to make this decision. So actually I did get into a deemed college in my All India quota round 1, which was again close to my house, and then I got into a private college in my state counseling round 1 as well, which was again close to my house. But I was just not happy with it. So literally I'm going to a government college which is away from my house, which is not even in Mumbai, but I don't mind it because I was in the private college for about 1.5 months. It's taken much more seriously. The academics is given so much importance. The PG activities are given so much importance. There is a lot of exposure. There is so much of things that I have learned in the course of 1 year. So I do not regret this decision at all. I don't mind staying away from home as well to be able to be in this government college. The second reason that I had mentioned was that I have always had interest in this branch. And when I joined MD Community Medicine, I did realize that the interest was extremely real. You know, sometimes you just choose a branch and then you instantly regret it. And I do know of people who are regretting their branch currently, not just community medicine, but a lot of people who've gotten into clinical or paraclinical branches as well. They still regret their decision. But the moment I open my textbook and I read through the chapters, I know that this is something I am deeply interested in, and I actually feel like studying all the time. I feel like doing research. I feel like working in this branch, in this field, and that did not happen when I was studying for NEET PG because that was just something that I was not interested in. I do know I love this subject so much because I don't get bored of it, and I do not mind working or studying all day. But this also brings me to an extremely important point that, come what may, please choose the branch of interest. I don't mind so much of the workload, or I do not mind studying just because I have interest in this branch. But if you do not, you are just going to end up so frustrated. And removing these 3 years, ये तो फिर भी चलो हो जाएगा, रो के रगड़ के हो जाएगा. But what after that? So this is a branch which is going to stay with you forever. Please choose a branch in which you are genuinely interested. Please choose a branch which makes you feel happy. And even if you're given work 24/7 in that branch, you won't mind doing it because you just love it so much. You love doing your job. And at the end of the day, job satisfaction is more important than anything else. So in my third point, I had mentioned how there are so many things that you can pursue even after the MD Community Medicine, because there is a lot of range of work that can be done, and that still stays. If you are interested in maternal and child health, if you're interested in oncology, if you're interested in public health, in administration, in health financing, even in geriatric health. There is so much to learn. If you just open the Park textbook, you're going to see literally like a wide range of subjects. And when you actually pass out, you can make a decision about what you want. I have spoken to a lot of seniors in this branch, and they are pursuing so many unique and different things after MD Community Medicine related to their degree. Not even going too away from their degree, but they have been doing so well and such unique and such significant work. The fourth point was about having a work-life balance. And do I still believe in that point? Let me just explain it to you. So work is there, it's residency, so work is not negotiable. Plus it's a government institution, so there is a very hectic schedule. But yes, I still do get to come to my room, and I do get to rest, and do get to probably go to the gym. I mean, I can still do my day-to-day activities without having to rush every single minute. But we do see a lot of people from the other branches, especially the emergency branches, are actually like, you know what, you guys don't even have emergency duties. You guys can go back and rest. But again, it's one of the reasons why we chose this branch. So we really don't feel as guilty about it. And we do work during our regular working hours. Yes, there are also emergency duties in some colleges. There are on-calls in my college at least for animal bite cases, since that comes under community medicine. So yeah, there are on-calls. So that will depend on college to college. Some colleges do not have it. But yes, there is work because we're going to our OPDs. We're doing on-calls as well. Then there is, our research work, our thesis work, which we take very, very seriously. There is research apart from the thesis work. Then there are workshops that we attend. There are PG activities that we attend and we present as well. Then there are exam duties and other duties. Departmental work is also there. So yeah, work is there, but it does not really hamper too much with our day-to-day activities. Of course, there are some days when we're busy throughout the day because there is some event coming up or there is some important thing. But most of the days, yes, we do get to come back and rest. And if we compare ourselves to non-medicos, of course, the work-life balance is poor. But if we compare this with clinical branches, especially emergency branches, then yes, the work-life balance is better. The next point that I had was about the impact that we have on the health of the people in the community. So when I chose this branch, there were a lot of people who actually made me feel very bad about choosing this branch instead of an emergency field and saving lives. So it just made me feel guilty for a while. I would accept that. But we impact so many people at the same time that I've stopped feeling guilty about it. We might not save someone on the deathbed or in a critical condition, but we are definitely making a change in so many lives. And again, that's one of the things I'm super proud of. So when there is a person coming to the OPD, a TB patient and their relatives, and the relatives are worried about some myths that people have about TB, and I'm able to convince them to not stigmatize the patient's health, that is again a proud moment. Or when there is a mother coming in who has absolutely wrong notions about breastfeeding or about vaccinations, and you're able to counsel her regarding that, and she decides to take the right step, you know that you have impacted the baby's health in a positive way again for the rest of their lives. So these are very small moments, but they actually make you feel super good that you're able to make a change in the community. And I feel like that is very important as well. Even my thesis topic is cancer, and my controls are patients who are not diagnosed with cancer. And when I actually tell them particular risk factors and how they can avoid them, and they get so aware and they get so educated, even that's a positive impact that we're bringing. So please do not let anyone make you feel like you're not doing enough in the medical fraternity. Remember that you're doing a very, very great job, and each person has something to contribute to this subject, and you are doing your bit by creating that awareness, educating people, counseling them, helping them make better choices which will impact their health in the longer run. So these were the 5 reasons that I'd mentioned back then, and I absolutely do not regret making any of those decisions. And there is literally no word or nothing that I said that I want to take back from that video, because everything has proven itself in this 1 year. And I also hope that it stays this way for the next 2 years, and also even after that in this branch for the rest of my career. Now coming to a few questions that people keep asking me. The number 1 question is, how is the residency life? Like, what do we actually do in residency, in community medicine particularly? So the morning time, at least in my college, I can just talk about my college. The morning time is the OPD. We do have different OPDs that we're posted in. Some are immunization OPDs or ARV OPDs for animal bite cases, COVID vaccination OPD. Apart from that, we also have UHTC and RHTC postings where we, sit in the medicine OPD or OBGYN pediatrics OPD as well. That's where we also see patients, we treat them for general ailments, and then we refer them to a specialist depending on case to case. Apart from these, we also have microbiology and TB postings as well. So we get to learn about the different aspects of community medicine from each of those postings. The next question is that, will we get to see patients? First of all, you do get to see patients in all these OPDs, because even animal bite cases technically are patients, and you will actually give them injection, you will give them the immunoglobulin, and all of that happens. So that is one place. Even in UHTC, RHTC, you are seeing patients in the general OPD. You will be treating cases, but of course you will be referring them to the specialist according to the type of medical attention they need. The next question, and actually one of the most commonest questions, is, will we get any work after pursuing MD in community medicine? And it is very strange that people ask this question, because if there weren't any job opportunities, this branch wouldn't really exist. So yes, there are job opportunities for sure, but because in let's say a clinical branch, you can even work in private hospitals, and there are n number of private hospitals, so that's one added bonus definitely. But there are job opportunities even in the government sector when it comes to academics or public health. A few of the people I know are actually in the development sector and are doing well. They're traveling, they are doing a lot of field work. So there is work, of course, but you will have to do a lot of digging. You will need to build up a CV good enough to get into these institutions. And of course, every state has their own exam to get a permanent post in any government sector related job. So it could be a medical college, or it could even be the district office, etc. So you will need to find that out. And again, I haven't experienced any of this yet, since I have only completed 1 year of residency. All of this is still hearsay, or something that I have seen with my teachers or some people that I know in this branch. But I would be able to give like a more certain and a more experienced answer only when I go through that phase. The next question that I get, which is actually a little related to the previous question, is will we earn enough after passing out? So again, first of all, this is a very subjective question, because what is a highly paid salary for me might not be highly paid for you, or vice versa. Also, since I have not yet passed out and not yet started working, I cannot tell you for sure if this is like the least amount of money that we'll definitely earn come what may. But again, since there are jobs, you will get paid, and especially if you're working in a government job, you are secure, so you don't need to worry about that. But again, it will depend on your own personal expectations also. Are you like aiming to earn as high as a radiologist probably, or a cardiologist? Then of course then obviously you will need to think of more things that you can do to earn money the right way in this branch. So that is a very subjective question. So the next question is, how do I convince my parents that I want to take this branch? So I keep getting this question also, and there is obviously one particular aspect that our parents are not completely aware of this branch. People know a nephrologist or a neurologist or a cardiologist, but community medicine doctors ka awareness itna nahi hai as much as other branches. So obviously, when you want to approach your parents, firstly do talk to them about what this branch does. Probably show them some examples of very well established doctors in this branch. And lastly, remember to literally do only and only what you want. I just mentioned job satisfaction is important. It's a make or break deal in your residency and in your career. So don't listen to anyone. If you want this branch, convince them enough and take this branch. There should be no two thoughts about it. The next question usually is, will it be okay if I choose to do community medicine in a private or a deemed college? And the answer to that is, I chose a government institution over the ones that I was already allotted in my own city, in a very comfortable situation, was the expectations that I had. Of course, a lot of people don't want to choose a government college either because of their rank or because, because they don't want to move out, or also sometimes because of the infrastructure and the other facilities that they get in private or deemed. So if those are your expectations, please go on and choose the college that you want. But a senior faculty, an extremely senior faculty, once told me that do not retain the seat that you got in the private college. Upgrade whichever government college it is in the entire state. Choose it blindly, but do not retain the private college seat. And this private college that I had actually gotten into was actually a good college, and it had good infrastructure, and I was comfortable there. I wouldn't need to stay in a hostel. I could travel back home. Everything was literally going good, but only the faculty's words stayed with me, and I decided to move out of my comfort zone. So again, it depends on person to person. I honestly have never been in a job interview, or I have never seen someone taking an interview, so I don't know how true this whole notion about government private is. But of course, every person has different expectations from what they want to get from a particular institution. So maybe decide your college based on that, and I think the rest will fall into place. Lastly, one of the questions that I keep getting is, how is the schedule of a resident in MD community medicine? So I can only speak about my college. In the mornings, we have our OPD, different OPDs where we're posted, etc. Then there is a little lunch break that we get, and after that we have our PG activity. So this PG activity is basically we have different activities on different dates. There are seminars, there's journal club, micro teaching, book reviews. We also have month ending and term ending exams. So those are what keeps us occupied in the entire afternoon. Post that, there's some department work that we do that is assigned to us by the teachers, and once we're done with that, around 5:36 is when we come back to the hostel. So obviously on the days when you are on call, you will need to also attend the cases in the casualty. On the rest of the days, the evening basically goes into preparing for your PG activity, doing your own research work for your thesis or your papers that you need to present in conferences, etc. Also to study a little for the term ending or the month ending exams. And all of that happens in the evening time. Apart from that, if any work is given to us, then that also is done in the evening time. And yeah, that's about it. So that was it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that this video helped a few more people to decide about the branch. And since I had uploaded a video before, I thought it's the right thing to update you guys as well about it. But yeah, I hope it helped you all. And of course, if you have any more questions apart from these, then please drop them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to help. And of course, do not forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel.